beyond SFM, because exam is just less than 2 months. Is it how many months of? I mean, let's say about 30, 20, 50. Let's say about 50 days thereabout, or 51 days, right? So I need to know before we continue with today's class. So I need to know what has been the major challenge so far. Is it in what has been the major challenge? Right. I need to know. Someone here may assist you. Probably may know the strategy that you can adopt for you to actually get it right. It is not too late at all. Yes, it is not too late at all. Honestly, it is not too late. So let me hear from you guys, from my fellow professional colleagues, one after the other, even if we just use some minutes to do that, please. Should I call him? Felicia, are you there? Felicia.
Good evening, bro.
Hey, good evening, Felicia. So I want to hear from you. What has been the major challenge so far?
I've not been following, no, so I can't say anything for now. I'm waiting for the intensive class.
They play. Felicity. Felicity. You said what? No. You should not be waiting for intensive class. So, what you need to do, you have to just follow, because the truth is that the intensive class will just be, we assume that you've gone through all the process, the principle. Of course, we'll talk about the principle before we start calculation. Right. So please, it is very important for you to understand the topic. Of course, I am supposed to drop it. I'll drop the topic per day so that you can check it. Can check it. Right, Felicia. So you never
Yes, I will. Before then, Seth, I've been going through the YouTube. So before then, I would have finished all the topics.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Great. Okay, Toib.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, sir. So I've been trying to navigate through what you've taught us so far. So I think I'm through with bond valuation, investment appraisal. So I'm on MPV and the current topic you are taking also now. So
Okay, okay.
it's been fine. It's been fine. Checking your going back to your videos and consulting ICANN Park for some theories. So it's been fine, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you so much.
That's okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. So Fumi, Oluwa
Okay, good
Fumi.
evening, Ivy.
Yeah, good evening.
Number one, I don't want to talk about SFM alone because at a point it's as if it's only SFM I want to write. So I have to remind myself that guy, not be only SFM you want to write to, not be only IB voice you are supposed to be hearing you. Because let's say, I'll just sit with this SFM, but I'm just trying to catch up with other courses. Then on this SFM too, on this merger, I'll be waiting with the calling now. Like I have to go back to my cost of capital. Even this current one, it led me to go back to the specific adjusted cost of capital video. Like I have to go and watch it again because as I like yesterday or day before yesterday, I was lost. I cannot even remember those formulas again. And the assignment you gave us today, I even had to enter like one or two people that have already did their own to go and seek like, how did you get this? How did you get this? But at the end of the day, I'll be able to solve that question. So That's not been easy like that too. And the tips you also gave me the other time, because immediately I saw the merger, I was like, say, which one is the merger again now? But at least I've been able to approach it, and it's just like, I think it is just, everything is interwoven, like from the beginning to this current topic.
Exactly.
So you cannot just leave one, focus on one. You just have to be grounded. So I'm
Exactly.
just trying to catch up again from the beginning to this current moment with SFM. So God will help us. Thank you.
Amen. Okay. That's fine. That's fine for me. Okay. What you need to do is you need to go back, and that is the reason why I arranged the topics like that, because SFM is just like you can't there's no how you want to take risk adjusted cost of capital without the student having the knowledge of cost of capital. It is not possible. And that is the reason why you see the trend, how we move from the cost of capital to risk adjusted, from risk adjusted to, I think, capital budget, from capital budget to bond valuation, from bond valuation to option. I'm supposed to take portfolio theory, but since I have the recorded video on portfolio theory, I just so we should just leave portfolio theory. In our intensive class, we just take like 2 to 3 questions on portfolio theory, right? Then I took one of the options, because option theory is a form of hedging. So it's one of the hedging tools, right, where investors used to hedge against a fluctuation of investment risk, right? I took one of the hedging topic. You can see the trend from there to business valuation. There is no how we'll talk about merger and acquisition without the mention of free cash flow. It is not possible. It is not. Like, it is just as if merger and acquisition is not even complete, right? And there's no how you want to carry out merger and acquisition without you understanding the free cash flow to the firm or free cash flow to the equity, as well as some other forms of valuation from some other methods of valuation of a business. Because the examiner may ask you, okay, using the asset base, using the using the asset based method, using this method. So that is the reason why I have to take that part very well, so that valuation of a business can come in any form. And thereafter we move to the merger and acquisition. And there is no how. It is not possible. In merger and acquisition, we still do weighted average risk adjusted cost of capital. We still do free cash flow. That is the reason why everything is interwoven. You need to have an understanding of all those topics, one after the other. Now, you just need to have a principal book. It is not too late. Your formulas, right? Just like the way you mentioned that it is not SFM, of course, you have to look at tax. If you are writing tax, you have to look at tax as well. There are some things that I can't do without testing. There are some things that, you can even predict tax, because there are some topics, that, like 2 to 3 topics, that, yes, it is true. The likes of the capital gains tax, the hydrocarbon tax, the company income tax, DTA, the double taxation, that, yes, these things will come directly or indirectly. It will come. That's a compulsory question to us. So some other, in your SBR as well, you have your standard that is there. You'll be looking at the new standard. You'll not be looking at skill standard. You'll be looking at the new standard, the new standard, the likes of the IS 19 employees benefits, IFRS 2, share-based premium. You're looking at what is it called, EPS, IFRS 15, right? So these are the things that you will also be looking at. The non-financial part of it, the corporate social responsibility part of it, and all other things, right? Which is, then you'll be looking at your group cash flow, which is looking at complex group as well, subsidiary complex group. You'll be looking at consolidated cash flow, right? So these are the things, and you had ratio to it, right? You are done with all those things, you are good to go, right? So audit is one of the most stubborn course at professional level. Very, very stubborn.
But
So,
Mr. Ibrahim, I didn't read anything during my audit, and
really,
it was fine. I had 68. Sincerely,
now you be
honestly,
that. Now you be that.
honestly, it is luckily for me. I just saw CSME based question, like audit function of audit committee,
Imagine,
modified opinion, and the likes, expectation gap. You understand?
imagine
So I
something
can't
that
not
you.
give you course. Residual knowledge is very, very important.
Yes, very, very important. Honestly, very, very important. That is why I usually say when the desire, when the available is not, when the desirable is not available, the available becomes the desirable. If what you are expecting you didn't see it, you have to zero your mind and say, okay, what did they set now? Okay, how did you want to do it? Like the kind of question, the compulsory question of what is it called? Uh, SFM last diet. I didn't actually take the merger. Like I mentioned the merger in class. Like I talk about divestment, I talk about capital reconstruction. Only thing is that we just discuss, but we didn't solve questions on capital reconstruction. We talk about the merger, we talk about divestment, we talk about reorganization and all that. We just talk about it, right? We didn't even say, maybe we want to calculate the value of the merger or all those things. No. But when they saw it, they like, okay, IB has actually explained that, okay, this is the merger, and he equally explained that when you have a value, look at the requirements, right, and follow the requirements. Most of them actually make it in SFM last diet, right? So it is what it is, class, right? So we need to continue our lectures. This is 8:51, right? In our next class again, I'll pick maybe one or two persons to actually tell us what has been the major challenge. Mr. A may assist you, Mr. B may assist you on that. And it's never too late for you to get it right. That is it. And don't give up. It is never too late. It is never too late. You can still do it. If you're applying to write 5, still write it. It depends on your mindsets and maybe your place of work. But your mindset, again, it's like, just be positive that you can actually do it. And I believe you can. Right, so stay away from those who have negative energy. Oh, you can do it. No, it is, you can do it. Right, you can do it. Just be positive minded. Right, so thank you all. So into this class, we shall continue with our lecture on merger and acquisition. In our last class, we unravel some things. We unlock some of the things that the examiner lock. We unlock it, right? And you may continue to see something like this because it is merger and acquisition. You can see that the B part of the question is 13 marks. Now the examiner wants you to think that when the CFO said that, oh, use the free cash flow to discount and get free cash flow to the firm to discount and use the growth rate to determine the value, right? They have mixed, the examiner has actually mixed the, what is it called? The equity part of the company as well as the debt, right? So what you need to do is that follow the instruction. So at the end, when you calculate the value, right? At the end, when you calculate the value, you can now subtract the debt value. You should not forget this, that under the cost of capital, your total market value is your value of equity plus your value of debt. We give you your total market what? Your total market value, right? Then if you have the total market value, you have to make something the subject of the formula, right? By saying that, oh, if your total market value is 14,269, your value of debts, what will be your value? What is your value of debt? Be 40% of that amount. Then the total, okay, your value of debt, then you make X, this is the subject of the formula. So when you collect it, the like term, you will see that you will have the total market value of equity of to be what? 8,561, right? And that is the value. When you divide it by the numbers of shares, we give you the value of equity per share. That is the fair value of equity what? Equity per share. Now, I've done this as 13 marks. So we need to continue with this. The C part of the question. LP intends to make an offer, right? LP intends to make an offer to LT. Who is LP? LP is the acquiring company, or you can say is the main company. Where you have LT, right? Where you have what? LT. So a minute, please. Okay, now I won't take much of your time because apologies for that. Please, I won't take much of your time because tomorrow everybody is going to work. Yes. So we'll just take it. We can just take this part, then we'll go. Right. And well, if there is still time, we can just take the shareholder. Now, class, we should not forget that. Let me mention this. We should not forget that in valuation of a business, the evaluation of a business, please know that the free cash flow to the firm is a form of valuation. The asset base, PE, dividend is also a method of valuation of a business. Merger and acquisition is also a technique or method of valuation of a business. Economic value added in skills, economic value added. Now, this is another area that professional I think most tutors we have ignored the economic value added as a what? As a form of valuation. Class, the examiner may ask you to calculate the value of the company using economic value added. One, or to use shareholder value analysis. The shareholder value analysis came out in May 2023. Everybody was like, what is shareholder value analysis again? Right? You can also use that to value a business, or the market MVA, market value added, MVA, is also a method of valuation of a business. Right? I will see how we can match these two together, the shareholder value analysis and economic value added, before we move finally to international investment. Then we close, right? I will see how we can match the two if time permits us. Maybe we'll do shareholder and economic value added. We'll do the two together. It's also a method of valuation of a business, right? So we should know that, please. Very important. So, Mary, Maybe.
So you said we'll do investment, international investments, appraisal and close. Are we going to do hedging?
No.
Same question. No.
Yeah?
No.
Sorry. Ah,
We won't do edging, but at least when we get to international investments, we'll talk about edging because if we want to do edging, we need to spend enough time. Like if you want to talk about edging, you have to spend like at least a month in edging, right? Because we need to treat. If I want to treat it, I don't want to take that part that at the end of the day will end up not taking it in full. There is money market. There is forward rate. There is what is it called? Futures and swap. All those things we have to take it in full. Do you get? So, but however, in under the international investments, we may chip some all these things in, bring it in one after the other, but we may not actually have the time to take that part. But
mm,
those
okay, support.
the FM students, yes, FM students, I may take them that part. You get the risk management because we are done with this, like just the risk management part. The FM class, I may take them because they still have that time to. We still have that time to take risk management. You understand? So maybe when I'm taking the class, I can just share the link. So if you want to join, fine, you can join the class via YouTube. You get?
Okay, thank you, sir. But did you teach it last diet so that I'll know if I can check the YouTube channel first?
No, it's not there. I didn't take it.
Okay. I'm in trouble. Okay, sir.
No, you're not in trouble. Let me tell you something. You see,
Budget comes out every year, I
yes,
think.
it is. It is. See, the thing is, it is a strategy, right? And one thing about aging is that if you look at the trend, let me analyze the trend of the questions for you under the aging. If you look at the trend, let's say check November 2024, you will see that there is no aging, but there is option theory. Option theory is also an aging tool. So if at all you want to see aging, maybe on under option theory. And if they set aging, maybe currency and all those money markets, you will not see option. You will not see like option theory in full. They may actually set it as part of the requirement. So what I'm trying to say is that I can decide to substitute. If you look at May 2024, I think May 2024, there is edging. Is that also? I think the third or the fourth requirement is talking about the option, right? That is that. You can see that no option theory questions there. It's just that part. Now, what are we expecting now? We'll talk about it. Do you get? But it is strategy. You have to, what you will have done so far, Mary, is enough for you. It's like it is enough for you. If I were you, do you know what I would do? I will make sure that that written, that theory, that risk management, that corporate governance, that dividend policy, I will make sure I know it very well. You see, add it with those calculations that we've done so far. Add it with it. Add it. Right? If you have the energy or if you have the resources, you can join us in the intensive class. If you have the resources, join. It is enough for you. Mary, it is what it is. Can we move? So,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Okay,
So,
sir. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So, LP intends to make an offer to LT. To LT based upon share for share. Based upon share for share, meaning that, oh, we will do a share swap. We will give you shares. Don't worry. And what is the basis? LP will exchange one of its shares for every 2 LT shares. Class. LP will exchange one of his shares for every 2 LT shares. What it means is that for every 2 shares, in LT, we will give you 1. Class, meaning that if you have 4 shares, right? 4 shares will give you like 4 shares will give you like 2, because 1 share is for 2. Is that also 1 share is for what? Wow. 1 share. Okay. Okay. So 1 share for every 2 in LT shares. Assuming that LP can maintain its EPS. LP can maintain its EPS of 12.2. If you look at the question, they've given us this 12.2 at the beginning, that they have LP as 12.2 shares. 12.2, where is it? Okay, I think in this part, where is it? 12.2, where is it? Okay, 12.2 LP, right? 12.2 LP. Now, calculate the percentage gain. It's not on the material. How now? Check the material very well. Is there? So, thank you. So, calculate the percentage gain in equity value that will be earned by both groups of shareholders. Class, as a result of this share swap, what will be the percentage gain? The examiner may tell you that what will be the percent. Do you know why they put the examiner say percentage gain? Because they already know that you will have a percentage gain. But if they want to see, the examiner may say, oh, calculate the percentage gain or loss. So you now, from your calculation, you will now use it to determine whether it is percentage gain or loss. Please, distinguished professional colleagues, I want you to every one of you, please pay attention to this part. It is very important. This is share for share, right? So, if you want to solve this question, the first thing you need to do is for you to determine. Don't forget, LP is the main company. LT is the target company. And the requirement of the question says that calculate the percentage gain in equity that will be earned by both groups of shareholders, meaning that if LP acquires LT, right, what is the percentage gain on both LP and LT, their shareholders, what they will have? And it is based on share for share. Is that not so? It is based on. Now, what you need to do is that, what is the numbers of shares? Since it is shares, what is the numbers of shares for LP? And how many shares are they going to issue? That is the LT shares. You know, they need to give LT shares now. They need to give them shares for the exchange. How many shares do they want to give? They will give them on the basis of, for every 2, we will give you 1. So therefore, let me do this one. Let us do it here. I don't know. Okay, let me just do it here. Right. So C, right? C. the C, determine the total numbers of shares for the two companies. Step 1, companies after acquisition. Okay, so now LP. What is the numbers of shares for LP from the question? What is the numbers of shares? Are we still together? Let's check. LP numbers of shares. LP. How many numbers of shares, class?
375 million. 375
375. Okay. 375. 375 million. If you want to determine the percentage gain, this is the first step. Though we'll write it out. You know me, I like to all the questions you need to apply this. Okay, step 1. Okay, yes. This is your step 1, right? Now, million shares. Now, what is the numbers of shares for LT? Shares. Issue. Who is that now? Yes. Issues. Share issue to LT. Excuse me. Right. Now, what is the numbers of shares for LT? LT numbers of share is what? This information is for LT. What is the LT numbers of shares? 150 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mukuna talk now. Is it 150 million, right?
150 million.
Yeah.
50 million.
Okay. Okay, 150 million. So we need to move here. So 150 million. 150 million. Right? Yes. Right? And we would have had this, but if, because it is share for share swap, it is what? Share for share swap. This is what we will do. Since we want to acquire this, let's offer you shares. Now, for every, we will give you 2 for every 1 share. If you have, for every, we'll give you 2 for 1. No, you cannot have it here. We'll give you 2 for 1, no, right? Divided by, let me use this. Okay, this will be fine. Divided by, we'll give you 2. Divided by 2, meaning that for every 2 shares, meaning that how many 2 can you see in 150 for every 2 shares? We'll give you 1. We'll give you 1. How many 2 can you see in 150? You now say times 1. We'll give you 1. If you say 150 divided by 2, We give you the numbers of 2. You will see in 150. Then we will now offer you 1 for every that 2. The examiner can now change it that for every 5 shares, we will give you 6 for every 5. So if it is what is it called? If the offer is 2, you use 2 to multiply it, class. You can see that because it is 1 for every 2, meaning that how many 2 can you see in your shares? They will now offer you 1. If this is 2, for instance, you multiply it by 2, divide it by 2. If this place is 4, right, multiply it by 4, divide it by, for every, maybe 3, divide it by 3. Right? So what do we have? What do we have here?
75 million.
75. All right. So what is the total numbers of shares? What is the total numbers of shares? What do we have? What is the total?
450.
450 shares. We will give you 75 million shares. Don't forget, we need to determine the value. We'll get there. Now, if this is established for the 2 company, step 2, you need to know the value. Of course, determine the value of the 2 company. Of course, we need to know the value, right? After the acquisition, based on shares. Plus, don't forget, this is shares, so value. You will not use free cash flow. You will use your PE ratio, your PE, to determine the value, because you want to determine the value based on the numbers of shares for swap. Now, what you will do is, what is the value? What is it called? We should not forget this, that market price is equals to price earning ratio, P. Oh, let me use this now. Times earnings. Earnings per share. You can use earnings per share. Fine. You can use your earnings. Your earnings is your profit after tax divided by the numbers of shares. Class. Now, what will be the value? Market price or value? Now, the question is the PE ratio. What is the average PE ratio? Let's get the earnings first. The earnings of the 2 companies, the profit after tax of the 2 companies, since it is combined, determine the value of the combined company of 2 companies, right? So what is the earnings? Their profit after tax. Plus the profit after tax. What is the profit after tax of this? What do we have? 1,286. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
1,286. What is the earnings of this?
4
4
million.
440. Now, good. That will be their earnings. Please take notes. You give me figure, right? Makes sense. Okay. Now, their earnings, which is profit after tax. Earnings, I may not divide it, but we'll do it later. LP and LT. So, what is the profit after tax of LP?
4 million 430.
4,430,000, right? So we can have this here. Okay. So what is the profit after tax of this?
1,286,000.
1,286,000. Good. So what is the total earnings? Which is the profit after tax?
5,716,000.
5 million.
716.
716. Good. Class, are we still together? Am I doing magic?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. This is the total earnings. Right. Now, if this is the total earnings and it is earnings per share, is that also, it is what? It is earnings per share. I can use this to divide, I can say my earnings per share of the combined earnings per share is 5.716, right? Okay, still the same thing. There is still the same thing. You will do it that way, right? To still get the same thing, but let me just do it like this. 40 million shares. What do we have? What do we have? We divide it, what do we have?
12.70.
12.70
70.
per share. Plus. So therefore, the market price is equals to the PE ratio. I can use value, but let's just move on. I can use value actually. You will still have the same thing. The PE ratio. Now, what is the PE ratio? Which PE ratio are we going to use? Is for the main company given to us. They say assuming that LP can maintain its EP of this. In some question, the examiner will want to test your knowledge on how to determine, how to calculate mean. They will tell you that the average PE ratio of the combined company is what is this language? Is the middle point. They will just speak one language like that. So you should know that if the PE ratio of LP, the main company, they are the main company and the target company, add it together. Say midpoint, add it together, divided by 2. You have the average PE ratio, right? And the examiner says, assuming that LP can maintain its EPS of 12 point what? Of 12 point. That is earnings per share. Is it earnings per share or what? It's not supposed to be EPS, so it's supposed to be PE. Please, you can correct that. It's supposed to be PE ratio. Where did they even mention that himself? Yeah, PE ratio, right? Can you see? It is P ratio, not EPS. Not EPS, please. P ratio. Mind them. The listing. I just copied it like that. It's P ratio. Right. 12.2. Right. So therefore, I can have 12.2 times 12.70 per share. What do we have?
154.94.
154.94
94.
per share. I can get the value. Is that not so? I can get this value by multiplying it by the numbers of shares. Is that not so? I can get the value, let's say market value, just multiply it by the total numbers of shares. 0.94 per share times the numbers of shares is 450. What do we have? 450 million shares. What do we have? What is the market value?
69,723,723.
69 million 723. I can twist it. I can get the market value. I can use the market price to determine my percentage. I can, just use what works for you, right? So now, in the combined company, the market price plus the market price of LP now, because it's the LP that acquire LT. The market price of LP now, because it's the LP that acquire LT, is that also class? Is now 154.94. Is that also as a result of the acquisition? Now, from this acquisition, don't forget that we match the two together. Now, the question now is, what is the value of the target company? Both of them, you have 154.94.94. Is that also? Now, the question now is, what is the value? What is the market price of, what will be the market price of the target company after that acquisition? What will be the target? What will be the what will be the market price? What will be their market price from this 15494 or from 69,723? Class, am I communicating, please? Am I communicating? Am I communicating, please?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Now, what we want to do is we want to calculate percentage gain. Class, we cannot calculate percentage gain without comparing what we have before and after. That is all we want to do, class. We want to determine, what is the market value of the company before? We already know before is given to us in the question. What is the market value of the company after? Then you now look for the percentage, class. That is what we want to calculate. That is why I said we need to remove what is the market value of LT, the target company first. Remove it. After that acquisition, what is the market price or the market value? Then we will now compare it with before acquisition, just like the way we normally do synergy. But this one, we have to convert it to percentage. Class, am I communicating, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, this is the market value or market price of the combined company. Right? Now, step 3. Let me do it this way. I need to add that step. Determine the market price or market value of LT after acquisition. Now, you should not forget that in this figure here, you have the market price of LT. Now, for you to determine the market price, let me use the price. We cannot use, just divide it by it. Yes, market price. Now, what will be the market price of LT from this? Now, don't forget, this is per share. What you will do is that you will now say, oh, 154.94 per share times. Remember that it is share swap. Class, remember it is share swap. For everyone, for every two, we will give you one. Class, for every two, we will give you one. What you need to do is that just come here and say, okay, from here, since for every two, you will give me one. 1 divided by 2. Please, if you check their suggested solution, I've not even checked itself, and I will not even check it. See, if you check the suggested solution, I don't even know. If you look at it, how did they even calculate all these things? But I want you all to understand that it is not magic. You can also provide your own suggested solution based on your own understanding, not according to what is there. Now, you remove the portion of LT. It is based on shares. We will give you 1 for every 2, right? Now, what is the market price for LT now? LT market price 77.5 naira per share. So thank you. Class, this is after acquisition. This is after acquisition. This is after acquisition of LP. Now, before acquisition, what is the market price of the company of LP and LT? Then you cannot look for the percentage. Is it? You can just, after that, you can look for the percentage gain. Class, am I communicating? Step 4. Calculate the market price of LP before acquisition. Of LT. Don't forget, I said several times that when you want to determine market price and it is not free cash flow, it is price earning ratio. Don't forget, I think I mentioned this several times in that merger and acquisition, that introduction, that it can be what is it called? Free cash flow or market price. That market price is your PE ratio. Use your PE ratio to determine market price. If it is value multiplied by the numbers of shares, we give you value. So therefore, what is the market price? Is the PE. You see, this PE ratio is as important as anything, right? Ratio times the earnings per share. So now let's go back to the question. What is the PE ratio of LT? I think it's 2.2 times the earnings per share of LP. LP, don't forget the PE ratio is this, and earnings per share. All right, we have to divide it. Is that not so? We have to divide this before acquisition. So therefore, 4 million for what? 4 million for 430 divided by what? What is the numbers of shares? 3 what?
375.
375 million shares. What do we have? What do we have?
11.81.
11.81 naira per share. This is what they have before they acquire LT. Class. Now, what will be the percentage gain for the shareholder? You will not say, okay,
The earning per share is 11.81. Then times 2.2, 25.98.
25.999. So you now say percentage gain for LP shareholder. Of course, they make a gain. Shareholder, you will now say new, just like price elasticity of demand, right? New, or when you want to look for change in financial modeling, or if you don't want to use this thing -1, right? You can have this divided by old.
That EP is 12.2.
Okay, oh, and give me a figure. I'm not with calculator here. Oh. I don't know. Please, someone should confirm this. What is the final figure? Just give me final figure. What is the market price? Right? What is the market? What is the market price?
144.
But someone gave 25 point something now. I'm confused.
The P ratio is 12.2.
Times 2.2. What do you have? When
Is it 2.2 or 12.2?
12.2.
It's 12.2. 12.2.
Okay, 12.2. Okay, when you multiply, what do you have?
144.12.
144.12. Okay. So this is what we have. So you can mute your mic, divided by odd. Then you multiply it by 100. Any day, anytime you want to determine percentage gain, you have to use this approach, right? Now, either percentage gain or percentage loss, right? So therefore, class, we need to pick. This is before. And when they acquire LT, they have this. They have this. This is the new class, and this is the old. So therefore, new. What is that new, sir? What is the 15 what? 154.94 minus minus 144.12 divided by odd 144. They knew that you will have percentage gain. In some question, the examiner will now ask you, what is the percentage gain or loss? It is from this place you will now see, look at it that we don't combine, what is our market price before, definitely we have percentage loss. Class, what is the percentage? What is the percentage?
7.5.
7.5?
7.51.
7.51. That is percent, right? Have you multiplied it?
Yes, sir.
Please confirm. Have you multiplied it?
Yes, 7.5.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we've calculated the percentage gain for the first shareholder. They will have a gain of 7.5. LP will have a gain of 7.5 as a result of acquiring LT. Then last step 5. We need to determine the same process, right? Determine the percentage gain determination or calculate the market price of LT before acquisition. We've determined this after acquisition. Can you see it in our step? To be this. So therefore, same process. What is the PE ratio of LT? What is the PE ratio of LT? And what will be the earnings per share? Let's go back and check. The PE ratio of LT. What is the PE ratio? We can get it here now. Right? So the PE ratio of LT, let's check. Is it given? Is PE ratio of LT given in this question? Away. Nobody even they answer me. Am I the only one in this class?
Not given. Not given.
Not given, sir.
It's like the screen
Okay.
is slow, kind of. So
It's not given.
Okay, let me check. Let me check my network. Sorry. Let me check a minute. Okay. Okay. See the case. Okay. So I think it's not given. Okay. So let's quickly calculate what is our formula for calculating price earning ratio? Earnings per share. What is our formula, Sef? Price earning ratio is what? What is the formula for calculating earnings per share? Class.
earnings per share, that would be profit after tax minus preference dividend divided by number of shares.
Okay, yes. That is earnings per share. Earnings per share is given to us as 8.57. Is that not so?
Yes.
8.57. So what is the PE ratio? How do we determine the PE ratio
We
of
can
L?
walk back.
Okay, let's check something out. Let's check it out here. Instead of that walk back, that would be stressful now. Let's say PE There's a way. P ratio is calculated as what? Market price.
Market price equals to P
Market price.
ratio multiplied by earnings
Divided by
per share.
N.
Okay, divided by EPS. EPS. Michael. EPS. Michael. Do you want to ask question?
It's a mistake.
Okay. That's fine. EPS. Okay, market price. Okay, let's check. Okay, it seems we determine the market price of LT. Okay. Let's use this now. Okay.
77.5.
Is it 77 or 57? Is it 77 or 57? I'm confused.
That's 57.
It's 57, right?
Yes,
Give me a figure.
57.
Toyib, how did you arrive at 77? Yeah, I don't know.
I thought when we did it up there, 154.94 divided by 2.
No, okay. Let me check. 154. No. This is after the acquisition. We want to get what is their normal. What did they have? What is the market price? What did they have before that acquisition? You get before that acquisition. You get
57, the one we did last class then.
Yes, that will be the market price. Right, that will be the market price of the company. The market price is 57 point what? Sorry. Okay, 57 naira, right? Per share. Divided by, what is the EPS? I think the EPS is calculated above. What is the EPS? 8.57, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, 8.57. So what is the PE ratio here?
6.65.
6.65. Right, 6.65. So therefore, the market price is equals to the PE ratio. Please don't forget this. So the PE ratio 6.65 times the earnings per share, which is the EPS. We still have the same thing. Oh, okay. We still have the same thing now. We can just speak from that side. 8 points. Interesting. We still have the same thing. If you multiply this thing, you have 57. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's fine. Should I cancel this? We'll just pick it from that side. Just pick it. What do you want to calculate, Seth? Okay. We have 6.6, 5.7. Okay, that's fine. So what do we have here? 57 naira per share. We can move, right? So therefore, this will be before the acquisition, right? That will be the market price. We can pick from that side, though. We can just pick. Right. So having this, we still have our new minus our old. new minus old. The reason why we calculate the market price for this is because it is not calculated, right? That is why we have to determine the market price, right? So take notes. So this is before, and this is where is after. Where is after 77? So we can have new minus old. So therefore, away. Okay. We can have, okay, we can have new 77 point what? 77 point what? 77.5.
5.
So the old will have 57. Then we'll have 57 times 100. What do we have? What is the percentage gain?
36%.
36%. So this is what they will actually gain as a result of acquire in the process of the what after the acquisition. The shareholder will have 36% gain, while the other people that acquire they will have 7. With the look of things, they have 36% gain. It makes sense, right? The acquisition will actually make sense as a result of a share for share. So please, if you have question, you can unmute your mic.
This one percentage for your percentage.
Who is that?
Sorry,
We
Mr.
see.
Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim.
Okay.
When we wanted to
with you.
determine our earnings, where do we get 1,286 million?
It's coming now. 1,000. Please mute your mic. Who is that now? Oh,
When we wanted to determine our earnings in the step 2.
which of the earnings?
In the step 2.
Okay, where did you get
1,286 million?
Please, the other person should mute his mic now. Who is that? Okay. Okay. LP, it is given to us. Let's check. 4,420, right?
No, 1,286 million.
1,026 million. Let's check.
Profit or loss?
It's from the profit or loss. This. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now. I can see it.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question? If you have your question, unmute your mic. Are we good? So you can see now we are done with this question. It is what it is. So what factor should the LT shareholders consider before deciding after? So you can do this one. That is 4 marks. So thank you so much. I don't want to take much of your time because tomorrow is we all are going to work tomorrow.
Hi, sir. Please, I have a question. Sorry. For the free cash flow to firm that we actually did, the 2027 to infinity, we didn't multiply 1 plus r raised to power minus n plus 1. I don't know if it's necessary or
Yeah, which side?
this
This
this 2027 to infinity, we didn't multiply it by 1 plus r,
0.613.
yes, raised to power
No, now
minus
that
1
is
plus 1.
alternative. That is
Okay,
alternative. That's why I
okay,
say,
okay.
or if you are picking this, if you pick this, you will not do that because this is the present value already.
Oh, okay, okay, sir. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. That's fine.
welcome.
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday, right? So it is what it is, class. We need to talk about. Okay, I'm coming. A minute. Let me see. How many Mondays we still have? 2 weeks. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Class. So, our next topic under valuation is the shareholder value analysis. Right? Is the shareholder value analysis, shareholder value analysis, and maybe economic value added. Probably you may need to go back to your PM to learn that economic value. Let's see how it goes, sha. Let's see how it, but it is very important that economic value added is in SFM. Is in SFM, please. Then our next topic is international investments. International investment. So, any other question before we go?
Sorry, what of the capital reconstruction?
Capital reconstruction. The thing
Is there
is, let me just say the truth. Like, let me just say this. The thing is, there's a place I normally pick. What is it called? Um, oh, steps and some other notes, right? Very pleased. So, and to go there, and I have to just start. You know, it's kind of stressful. Sincerely, like for me to put everything together, and that is what I'm looking at. That to put all those things together, and it is not difficult for me to explain. Yes, I can explain it, understand it very well. Right? It is just that time. Maybe I can. Okay, don't worry, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Do you get? So let's see how it goes. Mary. Today is
okay? Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Don't forget, SFM is not difficult. Understand the principle, understand the requirement, understand the principle. You will get it right. When the desirable is not available, the available becomes the desirable. Some people will say, this thing will come out, this thing will come out, this one will come out, this one will come out. At the end of the day, you will, maybe all will not come. Then the students will get confused because what they expect is different from what they see. But I always believe in one thing. And what is that? It's for you to understand it. There is no how I can want to. You will have idea that you will write that no, it's like this. Right? You will have idea. If you are in this class and you go back to the YouTube, like you go back to it and do some revision, you will have idea of that topic. The shareholder value analysis, we may not even do shareholder value analysis if time permits, if I can look for those materials, those reconstruction materials. The thing is that I don't want to take that, I don't want to take a topic that I don't have the full details of that material, right? If I can get it, if I get the details, of course, we can treat reconstruction on Saturday, right? So when the desirable is not available, because you must have idea, you must write something, right? That is the reason why when you see some students see what is it called, the bond valuation, most people get confused that which one is forward rate again. But because they have idea that IB said you can't determine yield to maturity without this. Oh, you need to determine market price is issue price. Oh, you need to use this. That idea alone helps a lot of students. Class. So please understand the steps, right? Of course, there are some areas you need to cram. That one now I'm sure now. There are some areas like the calculate the what is it called? The formulas. Right, the formulas you need to understand, like you need to just understand that formula, you need to cram them. Do we get? So it is what it is. It is not difficult, right? SFM is not, it's not difficult at all. Just understand the principle. That principle will give you the idea of what you want to do. See, no matter how they do their story, look at the number one question of last time. Diet. So you will have idea of what you want to do. There's no how you will not have idea that, oh, this is value. Forget about the language of demerger, whether it is demerger or not demerger, right? So thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.